Good morning, I'm Amalgamash and welcome back to Let's Try to Make a Plugin for RPGMAKER MV. Let's get that garbage off the screen. We have our updated plugin. Since we last left off, I've gotten a number of things figured out and added to the plugin. One being the parameter of distance control. To do this, I had to name this parameter, give it a tag, and then add a description. My description for this button to hold enable right analog stick camera distance to player. The type here, it's probably easier to show than it is to explain. We're going with this guy right here. This is my plugin, by the way, and as it appears in the plugin manager, this is what you'll see if you download this plugin, which I need to link to it. I need to upload it first, and then I need to link to it. I've got 2 instances of that open. Here we go. This is the raw text file that houses all of my plugin data, and this is how it's going to appear in the plugin manager, and I can manipulate how it's going to appear here by editing the help section of my file. Help section of the file I think is pretty good for now. I'm going to leave it be. The parameters, I'm still working on adding more. For now I've got distance control, first and third person toggle, which, there we go, and camera speed. I might change that so that the whole name shows up. Camera speed, you probably don't want to change too much. And I see that you cannot enter decimal points in the parameter in this text box. So wondering what I can do about that, because the camera speed's very finicky. If we enter something like 0.1, 0.3, that's fine. But forcing the user to enter whole numbers, that's not good. Because the whole numbers can make the camera speed very finicky, very fast. We don't want to work with a super fast camera, but I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. So we'll just go ahead and start playing with those plugins. I made this map, by the way. It's a garbage map, but it's enough to kind of try things out. Look at things from a perspective. It doesn't come with the plugin. Here we are. We're still pretty janky. Oh, yeah, it's the speed. It's the camera speed. Watch it. Very fast camera speed. So I have an NPC. All of these NPCs here I have for a reason. They are clickable, and if you hold your mouse button on them, they can influence the camera. So like that one influences the rotation of the camera, or the roll as it is technically known, and that one influences the roll to go right back where it was. And our height is absolutely ridiculous right now. I have no idea how we got such a huge height. That's something I might take a look at. So we talked to, I think the roll is corrected now. I think I was being silly, just showing that off. Yeah, the height of the camera is not where I left it or not where I intended to leave it. But we can talk to this lady right here by clicking on her, and then there's a menu. And that menu is that the height of the camera? No, that is the camera speed. No, what is that? That's the height of the camera. So we can talk to her to set the height of the camera. This is the camera height at 1. This is the camera in relation to its target. So a height of 1 means it's pretty much you can imagine it being on the same block. Same, if you separate this world up into block heights, and the slope right here is 1 block high. The camera's in this 1 block high region. So when we are in first person and we look at these characters, ooh, hey, princess, or I guess you'll work. We're kind of at eye level. I like this height a lot. I think if we're using characters this size, I like it a lot because it gives you the I'm the same height as this other person, or relatively the same height, which might help your immersion. But we'll click out of first person. We'll talk to her again, and that should have set the height to 3, and it did not. So I've got some things to work out. I think that it might have set the camera control though instead of the height. Did it? It did. Okay, so that doesn't set the height at all. I'm just an idiot in the morning. What about you? Do you set the height? What do you do? Oh god, no, she sets the distance. We don't need her anymore because now the distance is programmed into the controller. So when we last left the plugin, just looking around for the plugin text file, we added first and third person toggle, and we added camera speed, and we added distance control. The camera speed I need to change, and I'm not sure if I can change this from number to something like float or decimal, but it needs to be more easily fine-tuned by the user, because having a camera speed at like 0.02 and 0.03, that's much better than 1 or 3. It's so much smoother. There's an issue with the camera height right now. I'm not sure what's up with that. I'll figure that out pretty quick, I think. But we knocked some stuff off the to-do list, so now we're going to go ahead, and we're still working on this one. Add the parameter for control of camera movement speed because I can't call that done because it's not done. We will add a parameter for the user to invert the controls and use L1R1 mode. And that's pretty much it. Those 2 things should be fairly easy. I think I can knock them both out today. And that's just kind of the progress update on where my plugin is. The camera speed is editable now by the user. I just have an NPC here with script commands. You could already do that. You don't need my plugin for MV3D to be able to do that. You don't need my plugin for MV3D to do any of the stuff that I'm showing you here. You just need MV3D. But when we set the camera speed to 10, we're going to have a camera speed of 10. That's where I'm going to end the video. The camera speed in this case only applies to the yaw of the camera, which is the horizontal rotation around the character. I didn't want to do pitch because pitch, I have set a hard limit on pitch. We have the very top of pitch right here, which is I'm not even making it 90 degrees above the character. And then we have the bottom limit, which I don't want you to be able to have the camera angled below the player looking up to the floor. I kind of wish oh god. Yeah, that's camera speed 10 on the yaw. So, and that's where we're at now, and that's where I think we can leave it. So until next time, we'll get these other plugins. We'll get these other plugins worked out, and then log some more stuff. So have a great day. Bye. Till next time.